Okay, we're going to get this going. Okay, now it's fairly dry, isn't it? So why don't we just add just a small amount of butter to this. Okay. You don't want it to scorch. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of butter to that. Okay. Then we're just going to keep stirring this. Okay, if it dries out a little bit more, we can add a little bit more butter also. Okay, we're going to keep stirring this. We want it to brown so it's about the color of the flour. Okay, we want it that brown so it gives it's going to give our stock an even more brown color. Our stock turned out really good, didn't it?
It did.
Yeah, it looked really good. And then we have remoulade going over here. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff working here. Okay, so this is going. So we got this on low. We just want it to simmer. We're going to stir it every once in a while.
We still had about a cup of stock left.
We do. And what would happen if we used all that?
It'll make it too thin.
Your sauce would be too thin. So that's why you guys are becoming professional culinarians. We didn't need all that. We're going to let it simmer, okay? And then we could add more if we need it. If we would add all that, okay, you're going to be simmering it here till probably about 8 at night. So that's a deterrent for not adding too much, right? Okay, so this is cooking. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that occasional stir. This is an occasional stir. What do we need to do next?
Start on the next
sauce. Okay.
Bechamel.
How about some bechamel?
Sounds good to me, Chef.
Okay, so bechamel. Okay, what's the procedure for bechamel? How much flour? How much butter do we need?
It's going to be
1 ounce.
yes, Chef.
Okay, so 1 ounce. So about that much. About half of the ladle. Okay, so 1 ounce of flour. Okay, so where's our mirepoix here? Why don't we have any mirepoix in our bechamel?
Why don't we?
Because we have an onion piqué. Onion piqué takes the place. Okay, this is a little bit dry. I'm going to add just a little bit more butter to it. What's that? We're going to need the milk, yeah. We're going to need a pint of milk, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, so how long are we going to cook this for? Okay, we're making a white roux. Okay, so this is the roux that has to cook the least amount of time. We want about 3 minutes. We want a white roux because we want our sauce to remain white. And over here for our veloute, okay, it's a little bit tan, that's great. Okay, in the meantime, we're stirring our brown roux over here. Okay, so bechamel. Remember, bechamel is classically finished with nutmeg. We've got some fresh nutmeg here. If you guys have never seen it whole, this is what it looks like. Okay. And we're going to put it in there with a microplaner. If you guys don't have one of these yet, it'd be a good idea to get one. You're going to use it a lot in pastry class.
Could we use a zester?
You can use a zester. The microplaner is finer. We can borrow that. Yeah, no problem at all. It's really, and for the nutmeg, just a couple scrapes, okay? You get too much nutmeg in there and it overpowers it. You want to have a light flavor of nutmeg, but you don't want the sauce to taste strictly of nutmeg. Okay, so we have our milk. Our milk's cold, our roux is hot. How are we going to incorporate our milk? What are we going to do? Okay, we're going to whisk it in. We're going to whisk it in stages, okay? Just like the other sauces that we're working here, same thing. Okay, it's just a little bit at a time.
Just a little.
See what she did?
Yeah.
about how we did on the new pump?
Should find out shortly. The D class found out shortly. They found out the other day. So look at shortly. Normally it takes longer than this. So I was surprised that they found out so soon. Okay, so it became very thick. We added a little bit more. We brought it up to a simmer. Okay, tomorrow I don't want to see anybody dumping milk in or stock in all at once. Okay, everyone understand that?
Yes, chef.
Okay, 'cause that's a common error. Okay, let's don't do that tomorrow. There's no need to do that. If there's errors, that's fine. Let's don't make that an error. Okay, turn it down a little bit. Okay, add a little bit more. Okay, so you see on the side of the pan, sometimes it tends to get a little dark. Okay, be careful not to scrape that off because you're going to get little flakes, little brown flakes into your sauce. So just stir down below here. Now I found earlier today making this we had to add more milk to it, where the veloute we had to add less stock. So, that's why we're doing it and not robots, right?
That's right.
Okay. Wonder if they'll ever have robots in kitchens.
Fixing food, making food.
Yeah, just like they do. Yeah, you look at like at the Ford assembly line, 99% of it is robotic. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if you could train a robot not to double dip.
Not to use their fingers.
Go in with a scraping cloth.
Disposable fingers.
You tired?
How can they taste it?
I don't know.
Whatever.
But they'll just have the 5 flavors. Yeah, and after that they wouldn't know what to do. Okay, so it's getting too thick, right? We're getting too thick here. Okay, so you're gonna add a little bit more milk.
And this is a medium heat.
Yep, this is medium high heat. Because I want to get it gelatinization started. Okay, so we're it depends on what you want to do with it. If you're going to add something to it that's going to thicken it up a lot, like some cheese, you want to make it a little bit thinner. But remember, we want to have it just like I said, nappe, and we want our taste to be fairly neutral because it's a mother sauce. All the sauces that you taste today guys, are not going to be overly seasoned. Because that's the way you want to, if you make the sauce and you want to use it for about 4 or 5 different applications, you want it to be extremely salty or peppery. Kind of like making a base custard, right? Same thing. We're going to be making lobster bisque, French onion, minestrone, cheddar broccoli, clam chowder. Yeah, some really good soups. Okay, that's why it's imperative we start with stocks.
What? I'm allergic to some of that.
You don't need it. Or can you not touch it?
I mean, I mean, I can't taste it, so how am I gonna, how is it effective for me to make it?
You need somebody else to
I'll tell you if it's good.
Can you touch it?
No.
Shellfish?
Shellfish?
Okay, are you allergic to the smell?
No.
Okay, I had a student in here, she couldn't be in here at all when we made chowder or shrimp bisque because even the smell made her ill. Okay, we're going to add the rest of this. Can we get some more milk?
Yeah.
We're going to need some more milk in here also.
Could you do like a substitute, like a potato chowder instead of like corn chowder?
You can make chowder, we can make chowder without using the clams.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as shrimp bisque, just won't have you make it. We'll have you taste everyone else's. We'll see if he's really allergic.
Yeah, you ever see that movie Hitch with Will Smith?
Yeah. You look at that.
Oh boy. It ain't funny for me.
Every time I see it,
My lips are already big, and they would blow up. It is not a nice sight.
Let's leave that. Okay, so for the milk, I had to add a little bit more, and for the veloute, we added less sauce, right? So it's all different. Okay, so
See, that's
about the consistency we want right now. You had a question, Phil?
I was just saying, I hope that's not going to be for me because I am an exact type.
I know you are. I didn't notice that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we're looking for consistency. Okay, what's our next step with our bechamel? Okay, we gotta put in our onion piqué. Okay. Then we're gonna put it on the back burner and just let it simmer very slowly. Okay. So we're looking good here with our roux. Okay. You cannot add that because we're going to make that as a group. Okay, so what we did was we got our Espagnole started. Okay, so we're on the veloute, we made our bechamel, and meanwhile back at the ranch, this is ready to go. Okay, so you see, you're working on different things. It's not really overbearing. Okay, nice easy pace.
So what dishes did you say Espagnole was?
Espagnole, okay. You can make a soup out of it, a beef-based soup. You can use it for a sauce for any type of meat. You can cook chicken in it, braised chicken in it, like we did braised chicken the last trip. Yeah, absolutely. And like I was telling the class earlier today, okay, so Espagnole, how much does the veal bones cost?
About $3 a pound.
Yeah, they're about $3 a pound. Okay, what's our next step in Espagnole? We still have to pince our right?
Yes, chef.
Okay, so we're going to get that going. Okay, so Espagnole, okay? Now there's a lot more to Espagnole than just the veal bones. We have all the mirepoix, we have all the food products. What about the human factor? We've got a lot of labor in that. We had to take it and we had to roast the bones. We had to roast the mirepoix on, we had to put the paste on. So we had all that stuff going on. And then we had to deglaze. Okay, then we had to get it in the pot, and then we had to spend money for water. Okay, and then later on, when we go to dump our water out, we have to spend money on sewer. Sewer at my restaurant, a small monthly was $700. So, it just adds up. You don't think of stuff like that. Then we have our bones here. What are we going to do with our bones? They have to go in the garbage. Garbage at my restaurant is $400 a month. Okay, so you got a lot of money involved in that. So Espagnole, by the time you get it finished, it's about $10 a quart. Okay, so, when you make it tomorrow, bring it home, give it to somebody, but don't throw it away. Okay. Yeah, we use the third time to give it to your dog. Those bones are actually, I was talking to Paige, they're actually okay for your dog because they don't splinter. One time I brought a bunch to my dad's watchdog, and he was out of town hunting. And I only gave her a couple, then I put the other, I locked them. I was going to give them to her the next day, which they'd still be okay. But she broke into the bathroom and got them. And there was a big bucket out there scattered all over my dad's shop. And he wasn't supposed to be home for a couple of days. And he came home early, and I was going to clean him up the next day. He came home early, and he goes, well, it looks like the watchdog had a good time. And there were bones all over his shop. It was a German Shepherd. It was the neighbors had it, and they had it tied up for almost a year. So she was really hyper, and she was such a sweet dog. I mean, they were gonna send her to the pen. My dad goes, "I'll take her. She was a good dog."
Does your dad have an accent?
Does my dad have an accent?
Yeah.
No.
You don't
Why?
have an accent.
I don't have an accent.
Well, he's German.
Yeah, but he's been here a little while.
Was he born in Germany?
No, his grandparents were. Yeah. Okay, so we're still working on this. Get this a little bit brown, more brown.
Is that the color of the floor?
That's almost the color of the floor. No.
No, she don't know anything.
No. lived over there?
Yes.
Yeah, how about you?
I don't remember it all.
Don't remember it?
No.
I tried to speak German to Chef, and she looked at me like I was crazy.
How's your German?
Not that well, but I know all the cuss words. And
My mom's German Shepherd, so I
does he speak German?
In Germany? That's funny.
Because I bought her from a lady that was German, and she trained her in German.
And the
So I
dog's
had
native
to
tongue?
learn the commands in German.
So,
And I've had my dog for 12 years now, so yeah.
okay, so as these simmer, we're gonna stir them. Okay, so this is what we want this to look like. The pincé, the tomato paste, okay, and the caramelization. Okay, so same procedure. Okay, you may not need all this stock, so we're gonna pour in a small amount at a time.
So what is that in there, Chef?
it's brown stock.
Okay.
It's brown veal stock.
Are you going to be doing the holidays today?
I am. Yeah. And then do we want to do it? We'll do it like we'll do it together. So we'll do it step by step together. Seems to work that way. Most everyone has made hollandaise.
Holidays require
It does. It does. It's not finicky at all, but it'll break if it gets too thick, if it gets too thin, if it gets too hot, if it gets too cold. Other than that, it won't break at all.
Chef, so you said for this, we need you want us to get a scale if we can, the microplaner, and then the ricer if all.
Yeah, the ricer's nice to have. I really encourage the culinary students to do that. But if you'd like to, it'll be good. Microplaner and the skill you're going to use in pastry. So. Okay, so Leonard got one today. Scale? Did he tell
Yeah, I
you?
was telling you guys on Monday, Fred Meyer has them for like $30. It's now buy one, get one half off. Just picked up this one earlier today. It's at pound weight capacity. That's fluid ounces, grams, ounces.
Okay, the one that me about 45.
It's cheaper than that, though.
And then you get a discount.
Discount.
Yeah.
And one of the students came in the other night while I was working. He got the 10% of the students, and he had the 20% coupon. So he got 30% off.
They have a scale right now at Costco for $20.
Really?
If anyone.
Bed Bath & Beyond.
Gotta yell out.
Bed Bath & Beyond. You can use your student discount with 10%. And then if you sign up for mobile text, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. It's on my phone. You get the 20%, so you get a total of 30% off.
Or a $5 coupon.
Each item, yeah. $5 is for every $15 you spend.
How is it?
There's actually another thing too, I forgot about that. It's the buy one, get one half off sale. They also had a bunch of coupons there for 10% off all of the houseware items and things. So it was the 30 with 10% off, so it was like 27.
I want ramen.
You know what a good place to get ramen? At Pier 1.
Pier 1.
You can get them, like regular, like creme brulee ramen cans.
Yeah.
You can get them for $1.
Oh my
You
god.
used to be able to anyway.
I
Amazing.
love their one.
I have to go to Pier 1.
That's so cute.
Never go in.
I did not know what a ramekin was until I made sure that
Okay, so we're bringing this to a simmer and continually adding a little bit more stock. How long has our sauces over here been cooking, Phil?
It's been like 20 minutes, Chef.
Okay, can you go in the cooler and grab a baguette of the
Baguette?
Watch out for that chair.
So, can you put that up where it was, please? Just gonna cut it out. 1/4 inch wide. Okay, same as with the other sauces. We want the sauce to be just a little bit thinner than nappe before we put it off to simmer.
To simmer.
So right now it's a little bit thick, so I'm going to add just a little bit more stock. Okay, so nice color. Okay, by getting the mirror point nice and brown, and by pincing the tomato paste, we're still having a nice brown stock here. If we wouldn't pince that tomato paste, your mirror point nice and brown, it'd be a pink Espagnole. So we don't want that. Okay, so this is the consistency we want right now. Okay, we're going to put it over here and we're going to let it simmer for a bit. Okay, in the meantime, we're going to strain our bechamel first.